you're like, Ariana, what are you doing here? See yourself as the main character of the story. It's been 8 months since I've posted a video on this channel, and I'm sure the people that have subscribed are like, girl, you need to get your life together. And I agree that I need to get my life together, and that's why we're doing this video today. The past couple years has been just a very painful, sensitive moment when it comes to content for me. I really believe that the words that we speak to ourselves is so important. And I know for me, it's been a long journey in figuring out my voice and not allow the negative words or my experiences to shape my confidence. At the end of last year, we were in a place where we really wanted to bring more income into the home. And I was like, you know what, why don't I go back to my old job and try to do the work, try to get the cash, do it up. And I ended up getting that job. And I was so crushed. But I wasn't crushed that I didn't get the job. I was crushed that I felt like every time I tried to pursue something or work towards something, it wasn't working out. Then I realized that those feelings were coming from me showing up and doing content and doing the thing that God has called me to do. That has been a real struggle, because every time I tried to show up, either one, life happened, things got in the way, 2, I wasn't confident in showing up and being myself, or 3, I just allowed all these negative things to get in the way. And I felt like God used that experience with the job to really show me that I am not kind to myself. Reality is, a lot of us think we're behind when we're not. We just got off track. You're not doing the thing that God initially told you to do. You're allowing the lies that people spoke over you, what you see and believe about yourself, to get in the way of what God actually wants to do in your life. If you have been like me, who's been in this never-ending cycle of questioning yourself, doubting yourself, not being confident in yourself, you need to do it for the plot. See yourself as the main character of the story. And yes, God writing this beautiful story, but you're the main character. And you can make the choice to show up how you want to show up. You can make the choice to believe in yourself. You can make the choice to say, no, nobody got it like I do. I think a lot of times, people that are constantly questioning themselves, that it's the devil's playground to stifle you from actually moving forward. You have to tell yourself that your now is not the end. So those opportunities closed in your face. God is still for you, and you have to believe that. It's really a setup for you to make new choices and decisions, and to go back to the drawing board and figure out, God, what were you saying? Did I miss you? But we need to constantly go back to a place where we're in a posture where we're willing to be like, I got it wrong, so what's next? And most of the time, a lot of us, myself included, the what's next is really the original thing that God told us to do. The original thing that we've been struggling to actually pursue, because everything else is getting in the way. And so I want to encourage you to do it for the plot. To do it for the plot. This is from Urban Dictionary.
Get out of here.
So it's not that credible, but I like the definition, okay? I like the definition. Do it for the plot is the conscious decision to see yourself as the main character of the story that is your life. In this season, while you're trying to really get back to the place that God has told you years and years ago, and you're still struggling, this is what I'm going to tell you. Number 1, take it one day at a time. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to show up every single day. You have to make the choice that you're going to do the thing that God has told you to do. If you literally have to say it to yourself every single minute throughout the day that you can do this, and maybe that takes you reading scripture. The Bible says that whatever is pure, whatever is noble, whatever is true, we think of those things. Whatever you got to do to believe in yourself that you are the main character of your story, you got to do that. I really believe that as you start shifting your perspective and your beliefs about yourself, you can show up fully confident as yourself in any space and in any area that the Lord has called you to. That example of the parable of the talents, third guy that fumbled the bag, he missed out on the blessing and the increase and whatever it is that God wanted to do with him, because he thought he was being humble, and actually he was being prideful. Sometimes humility can be a form of pride. Like if you're constantly being like, oh my God, I'm gonna shrink myself, oh, I'm going to be small, I'm not going to really show up, I'm not going to take up space, and you're sitting on the things that God has put inside of you, you're literally fumbling the bag. And you don't want to be that third guy. Nobody wants to be that third guy. Be confident in yourself. Be confident and know that everything that God has called you to is in your hands, and that you have to be a good steward of that. And being a good steward of that means not fumbling the bag, not squandering it, but multiplying it and trusting Him with the outcome. Which leads me to my next point. Let go of the outcome. I think one of my biggest setbacks was thinking that something was going to be a certain way and then it not being that way and being super disappointed. And God is working all things out for your good. But that good is going to come with ups and downs. That good is going to come with challenges. That good is going to come with moments that you're going to have to learn something. That good is going to come with trials. It doesn't mean that God is not for you. It means that even despite all of the things and the chaos and all the things that life throws at us, that the outcome is ultimately in God's hands. It's kind of that scripture where it's like we roll the dice and God determines how they fall. Our job is to roll the dice. Our job is not to figure out how it falls. And lastly, don't assimilate. I know there's a lot of trends. I know there's a lot of ways people want you to do things. Knowing who you are is not assimilating. Learn to stand out, be different, be yourself. Something that I've been trying to do is not overconsume, not just buy things because people told me to buy it, not just get things because everyone's getting it. Don't be a consumer, be a producer. Whatever you've been feeling burdened by in this season, despite the things that you wanted to pursue in the past that you didn't see growth or outcome in, I'm truly believing that if you go back to the main plot, if you go back to the main thing that the Lord told you initially, I truly believe that God will meet you exactly where you need to be. I'm really trying to reframe my thinking and how I show up in this space when it comes to the things that God has called me to do and put in my hands. And I want to see how good it can get. I'm really trusting God for that. So I'm praying for you guys. I love you guys. And I promise you, I know I say this every video. You guys are like, girl, I'm tired of you. I'm tired of me too. But I'm definitely going to try and show up more here and just be like a light in this space. And I hope that you guys are here to stay. If you're new here, hi, my name is Nana. I didn't get to introduce myself in the beginning of the video, so this is kind of awkward. But I want you to subscribe, share, like, and tell all your friends. And like always, don't forget to shine your light while honoring the process. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Please hold